Scores on the Welsher Adult Intelligence Scale, a standard IQ test, are approximately normal. Again, that means symmetric for the 20 to 34 age group, with mu equaling 100 and sigma equaling 25. I'm going to write that down. Actually, we're going to put part A. So this is actually example 2A. Just like yesterday, I'm going to write example 2A there. What percent of this age group have an IQ less than 100? What percent of this age group have an IQ less than 100? Cool, cool, cool. So less than 100. Go ahead and draw your normal curve. And let's put our values here. Put your values in there with me. So see, the mu is 110. So this is for the age group of 25 to 34-year-olds, the IQ test. The average score is 110, and you got a 25 standard deviation. So that means a score of 135 would be one standard deviation above. 160 is 2 above, and 185 is 3 above, right? So far, so good. Those are 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations above, and let's do the 1, 2, and 3 below. 110 minus 25 is 85. 85 minus 25 is 60. So now we're talking about people with low IQs. 60 minus 25 is 35. You got low intelligence. Those guys are. We have low intelligence, high intelligence, and the average intelligence score is 110. All right? Now, the question is, what percent of this age group, in other words, this is only for the age group of 25 to 34 or 20 to 34 year olds. What age group or what percent has less than 100? So where is 100 here? Let's see. That's definitely below average because 110 is average. So 100 is in between the first standard deviation below and the mean. So 100 is about right here, I'd say. Right? That's about 100 right there. They're asking, hey, what percent have less than that? In other words, what percent of 20 to 34-year-olds are below 100 IQ? And notice how 100 does not land nice and neatly on a standard deviation. So we can't use the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. This is going to be a little more difficult. But you know what? It's really not difficult because all you got to do is find the z-score and put it in your calculator and it tells you. That's the beauty of z-scores. Let's find our z-score. We're going to find our z-score of 100. How many standard deviations below the mean is 100? Let's see. Z equals x minus mu, right? This is yesterday's formula, divided by sigma. So what should I replace with x? Anybody? What should I replace with x? One more time. 100. In other words, the data value we're dealing with is 100. So here we go. So z equals 100. What's my mean? 110, rocking and rolling, divided by sigma is 25. I'll just do this on the calculator real quick. I'll do that for us since you guys look lazy today. Are you sure? Let's see. 100 minus 110. That's going to be a negative 10 on top. Huh? Look at a negative 10 divided by 25. Let me get that. 10 divided by 25. I got a negative 0.4. So the z-score, I'll put it over here, is negative 0.4. So what does negative mean if I have a negative on a z-score? What is that telling me? The negative part. What's that telling me? Extra stamp. If it's negative, it's telling me it's below the mean. If it's positive, it's above the mean. So this is negative 4/10 below. Look at, it's not even, here's 100, here's a mean, it's an 100's right here. It's below. That's why it's negative, and it's not even one standard deviation below. It's 4/10 of a standard deviation. If you took this and chopped it up into 10 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's 4/10 of the way. 100, the score of 100. So it's 4/10 below the mean. 4/10 standard deviations. Okay, so we got our z-score, rocking and rolling. The question, though, is what percent is in green? Well, we're going to go to our calculator that I talked about. One more time. I like it. Let me show you what Toscano just did. He went to the calculator that I posted on Google Classroom. It's right here. He pressed one-sided, and all he did is enter the z-score. Look at the z-score. Let me enter it in. Look how easy this is. Negative 0.4. Negative 0.4. I'm going to press submit. And look what's going to tell me. Look at this. It gives me the percent below. Look at the percent below shaded and the percent above. That z-score. So the percent below is what we're interested in. So 34.5%. You did it wrong? What'd you press? Oh, so that's above, so we want to go below. Good, well, that's good. You saw your mistake. That's part of learning. I love it. All right, let's go back over here. So the answer then is 34, was it 34 what? No, one time. 34.5% is below. Look at that's below. And 65.5 is above. So our answer here then is 34.5% is your final answer. That's how many, that's what the green represents. This is 34.5% of 20 to 34-year-olds. It's really a two-step process. I found the z-score, step one, and then I punched the z-score in the calculator and I'm done. That's really it. Z-score, and then press buttons on the calculator and spit out the answer. It's really not that difficult, you guys, at all. Let's try, that was part A. Let's try part B. Skip that one. We'll go to B right here. This is part B. What percent are lower than 125? The score of 125. I'm going to write that for B. What percent are lower than 125? I'm going to use the same picture, same data, so I'm going to use the same curve here. Let me just erase what I shaded in. So same data, 110 is the mean, but now look what we're asking. What percent are lower than 125? So 125, I'll highlight in red. Let's see, 125 is somewhere around here, huh? It's above the mean now, 125. How much above the mean? Well, let's find the z-score. Here we go. Z equals x minus mu divided by sigma. Which is, substitute x with 125. Mean is 110. Sigma is 25. Let me use my calculator. So 125 minus 110 is 15, right? So 15 divided by 25. I'm going to round the nearest tenth. Watch this. 15 divided by 25. On my calc, I get 0.6. Positive, which makes sense. Because 125 is in red, it should be above the mean, and there it is. It's actually 0.6 standard deviations above the mean. It's not fully 1, it's 0.6, a little bit halfway past the mean, approaching the first standard deviation. So there's a score of 125. Let's go ahead and punch this crap in our calculator. It'll tell us what percent is below and what percent is above. Simple as that. So let me go to my calculator. Let me hit 0.6. And it'll spit it out. Watch. Look how easy this is. 0.6 positive. 0.6. I'll hit submit. That's comma 6, huh? 0.6. Again, make sure it's one-sided, not two-sided when you're using this calculator. So let me hit submit. And look what I got. 72.6% of the data is below that score, and 27.4% of the data is above that score. We're concerned with the percent lower. So 72.6% is my answer. Because they're asking what percent scored lower. Well, look at, I'm interested in that. This is higher, this is lower. So 72.6% is your answer. So for part B, go right, 72.6% scored lower, or you could put are lower. This is your answer. 72.6 of 20 to 34-year-olds. Rocking and rolling. So it's a two-step process. I find the z-score, I punch in the calculator, and then the answer spits out. That's not hard. So this last one, you're going to show me how awesome of a teacher I am by doing this one on your own. Go ahead and write what percent, this is part C now, what percent is higher than 140? Go ahead and do that one on your own. I'll be sipping coffee on my back table waiting for you guys' answers. Bring it to me. What percent is higher than 140?